entering now a new era of the mandolin music. So we have been playing mostly in the style of the 18th century with the techniques and the downstrokes. Of course, you can use this all also for the 20th century music. But now we are really coming to a very specific technique, the tremolo. This is what everybody who doesn't know at all about the mandolin is having in the ear when they hear the word mandolin. Okay, you immediately hear the Italian songs with a tremolo on the mandolin. And so it's time to start a little bit to explore this technique, and there will be much more of this in the intermediate and advanced class. But we should already prepare ourselves so that then when we enter the new intermediate level, then you are already prepared and you know the basics of the tremolo. So how to do the tremolo and why the tremolo actually entered. So the mandolin till the 1800 was played really with a downstroke and an upstroke and with the techniques, but tremolo was only a little word for ornament. So it was just a little like this. The tremolo had a different meaning. And then after 1800, the mandolin entered a new era. It was forgotten for a few decades, and then in the middle of the 19th century, the mandolin again raised and became big. And this was then back in Italy after the French era in the 18th century, now back to Italy. And so all the mandolin methods who are written from the middle of the 19th century till later often start with a tremolo. But this is something very unique for the mandolin, that the techniques are so different and separated from each other. It's not a real line leading up. It's really a break in history after the French Revolution, but also in music. So the first mandolin method who was written is around 1869. So I'm not exactly sure the date, but it was in the 60s of the 19th century. And then other composers, famous composers, Carlace, Ranieri, Petina, and all those who came later, they also had as a main technique the tremolo. And that's why we should definitely learn this technique, because it's a very important special technique for our instrument. How to do the tremolo? That's now the question. You probably know how it sounds. It's familiar. So it's basically a fast back and forth, down, up, down, up, down, up. Yeah, but now our hand position goes up to 90 degrees. I'm taking my pick again for demonstrating. We played right now in this position with the pick down towards 45 degrees, except a few little exceptions where we played for the color reason with a pick up. But now our pick is actually for the tremolo 90 degrees, so this angle is 90 degrees, and we play now with the tip of the pick, not anymore with the whole side or this side when we are doing the upstroke. So we did the downstroke often here, and the upstroke with one string was on this side of the pick. But now we are really playing with the top of your pick with this part. So let me go back to my pick because it's more comfortable for me. So you should put up your arm, so close your wrist now, and then try like really soft to go back and forth. Also important is, of course, that you feel a kind of balance. So some mandolin players, they use their little pinky finger to have a balance, especially in the Russian Dombra school. They do this a lot. The problem is a little bit that you are muting the sound of your mandolin when you do this too hard. So that's why I suggest to find another way. Here with your arm, check out, each mandolin is different, and you have to check out if this is really the best point for you for the balance. But you can also feel a little bit the strings on your on this side of your thumb. I think it's called palm in English. So when you do the tremolo and you reach and you touch a little bit the strings with this part, that's fine. And a good way to not go too far into the strings, because this can become a problem and it's harder for you to move your pick, is at the beginning to put something under your string. So this is, in Germany we have those beer coaster, I think they're called. So you get, when you order beer, you put your beer on a kind of paper. And so something like this, or here in this case my pick, if I put it under my strings, so it's enabling me to go too far with my pick into the strings. And I can really get this feeling. It's a beautiful sound, by the way. But the thing is that the problem is if these are your strings and you go too far with the pick, then it becomes hard to move. And another issue is also the pressure on your pick. So don't hold it too tight. And the finger now, the pointy finger, is going a little bit more to support you. So it's not so much hiding like when we did the upstrokes and downstrokes in the 45 degree. Now we do upstrokes and downstrokes fast in 90 degrees, so the finger is now supporting more. And try to get a little bit this feeling. How much do you really have to how much do you have to really hold your pick? I think not very much. Leave it flexible, but try to get a good feeling. Yeah, a tempo. The tempo is also not so important. Keep it better, more, not tight. That's more important, to be really loose in your hand instead of loud. So piano, quiet is better to start with. And the tempo, you can raise the tempo. You can slow and then you raise it. So just get a little bit this feeling for now.